Y'all already know what it is, man. How y'all doing? It's your boy Big Kahuna Q. Let's go ahead and get into this, man. The biggest news on the street right now. T.I. 50. Can't we all just get along? Why can't we just have a quick little banter, chop it up, talk some music, and then play the music and then get on with our night? Why it always got to go to you a rat? Rat this, rat that, you ain't this, you ain't that. Man, we just talking music. Cut it out. Cut it out. But I do want to get into the fact, why does it seem like one of these artists is they seem a little bit more deflective. They seem a little bit more likely, or like they trying to run, like they scared of something. One of these artists, could it be the 5'9", 160-pound man from the South that's looking a little worried? Or is it the 6 foot, 200 brolic looking? Is it that brother's looking a little bit, shall we say, timid in these moments? But yeah, man, we got 50 Cent. We got T.I. They over here talking about doing a verses. Well, to be honest, it's just T.I. talking about a verses. 50 talking all types of stuff. But you know what we here for? We here for the music, man. We here for the music. We ain't here for the trolling. We ain't here for the back and forth. We're done talking about ratting. We've heard enough of that. What is the music sounding like? Gotta be honest. I think there's a reason. Actually, I think there's two reasons. Let's get the first one out of the way. Why would 50 Cent be worried? Why would he be hesitant? Why? Well, reason number one is, I hate to say it this way, but New York, East Coast, they feel that they're the Mecca. It just is what it is. If you get an average artist and he's from New York, he gonna think he's, you know what I mean, tippity top, best to ever do it, top 5 type of conversation. If you got a down south dude, you got to go over and beyond even to get on these folks' radar. They just don't have that level of respect. And it sucks to say it that way, but it just is what it is. This is the Mecca of hip-hop, you feel me? I think it's some of that, you know, big bro, little bro type of thing where the New York artist is not giving the Southern artist the respect that their catalog really deserves. Number two, speaking of catalog, T.I. is up there with most slept on, needs more recognition catalogs that we have in hip-hop history. And it might sound crazy. I get it. T.I. got a lot of foolishness towards the back end of his career. You know, they got the shit with his wife. He popping up using the expeditiously words and sounding... He got some questionable things that makes us, you know, kind of view him in a cartoonish way sometimes. But let's not get it twisted. T.I. got some crispy music, a crispy catalog. And I'm talking about not one, not two, not three. T.I. probably got about 4 or 5 back to back. Do I call them classic? Do we want to use the classic? Borderline classic albums. Back to back. Now, I'm serious, was a solid intro. Debut album. After that, my boy went crazy. He then jumped into trap music in 2003. Urban Legends the following year in 2004. The King album 2006. T.I. versus Tip. Followed by Paper Trails. That, just talking about start to finish, high quality, high repeat value music, is hard to find somebody, I'm going to say it ever, to come, pause, 1, 2, 3, back to back. Artists don't hit those many times in a row. T.I. did that. T.I. did that, and I get it. Again, I truly, I think it's one of those kind of big brother, little brother things that, I mean, I hate to say it, a lot of, certainly people in the media do this, that when you're a Southern artist or you're a Midwest artist, or, no, I think Cali gets their respect. But if you're not from the West Coast or you're not from the far East Coast, it's kind of hard for you to get the utmost, you know what I mean, all the credit, all the flowers that you deserve. And I do think that is unfortunately the case with T.I. But that catalog can't stand toe to anybody. If we're talking about, well, let me retrack a little bit. I think you take, as far as a 4 to 5 album run, back to back, nonstop type shit, take Kanye out. Kanye's a cheat code. No. Kanye is a cheat code. You know, with his production and with his creation style, where he's just, he never hesitates to collaborate. He never hesitates to have someone just all out write for him. He never hesitates to take someone's, writing, and then perfect it and make it his own, take shit out, put shit in. And what it morphs into, Kanye's a cheat code. What Drake has done, obviously, you probably take him off the board as well. And then, I got to go back and look. I'm pretty sure Hova has some all right albums. I don't think he had a 4 to 5, just bang, bang, bang. He's had some misses in there, but I got to go back and check on Hov. But I'll throw Hov in there just out of respect for his albums. But other than that, T.I. has a case following those few artists of just high quality albums, album run, if you will. But why is T.I. scared? I'm sorry. Why would 50 Cent be worried? Why would 50 Cent be scared? We gotta take a look at what 50 has done, man. And what 50 has done definitely ain't no slouch. Let's not get it messed up. 50 is an absolute beast in his own route. He probably has the best of the albums. If you put all of his albums on the table, you put all of T.I.'s albums on the table, Get Rich or Die Trying is coming out on top as the best album present. 50 Cent probably has a top 3 album all time in hip-hop history. Book it. It has an argument. I'm not going to go through all of his album. I'm just going to stay on this Good Kid, Get Rich or Die Trying album. And what we have is What Up Gangsta, Patiently Waiting with Eminem, Many Men in the Club. That is 4 tracks that you got to deal with. Right off the back, same album, boom, boom, boom. Deal with it. You know what I mean? Scrolling down a little bit further, If I Can't, banger. I Don't Know What You Heard About Me, PIMP is on this album. 21 Questions is on this album. Wanksters is on this album. This album alone gets you close to 10 tracks that you would absolutely use in a verses, and I don't know how you get some of these out of here. You know? So, and again, this is just one album. I mean, obviously it's the big album, but you getting 7 or 8 songs just on one album? Absolute beast. So, I mean, looking at that, I think 50 Cent is a very calculated man. I'm sure he knows, because T.I. has been after this competition for 4 to 5 years. 4 to 5 years. So I'm sure 50 Cent has sat down at some point and said, okay, what is this? All right, let me, okay, that's Paper Trail. Oh, let me look at the next one. Okay, got about 4 or 5 more. He's calculated. He's calculated everything T.I. has to offer, and he realizes this is a threat. And at this point in 50 Cent's career, And I say career with air quotes because his career has evolved well past music. You know what I mean? He's obviously doing all of his movies and TV deals that he has going on. He's quietly building, I don't even know if it's quietly, he's building a entertainment hub in, I want to say Louisiana right now, which is projected to just be generate billions. 10 years down the line, it's just projected to be generating billions. So with all of this going on, music is very, 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 it's down the list, list of priorities. This is well down the list for artists like 50 Cent. And 50 Cent is already stamped. He's a stamped man when it comes to this hip hop shit. He's made his mark. The only thing that he could do, let me rephrase this. Jumping in a versus T.I. is not going to help his career in any capacity. You get what I'm saying? Like, if he goes into a battle, there's not going to be any, new fans from this era to say, oh, shit, I didn't know 50 Cent had it like this. Let me go look at his catalog. Everybody from our era knows who 50 Cent is, knows what he did, what he represents, and his position in hip-hop is stamped. However, pros and cons, right? Zero pros on the table, except for bragging rights. But if he jumps in one of these battles and he gets washed, which is on the board, it can hurt how you look at 50 Cent. It can hurt how dominant you assume that this man was. If you were in that era, you know it's up. But it can only hurt his reputation, in my opinion, not build upon it. So again, him as the businessman that he is, the thoughtful guy that he is, it doesn't make any sense for him to do it. Meanwhile, T.I., the smaller of the artists, I'm not going to say more, insignificant, but the lesser known, the least popular, if we're ranking artists, 50 Cent's going to be ranked higher than T.I. It's nothing but things to gain for him. If he steps on the board and he knocks off a big dog, 50 Cent, all of his music is going to be back on the table. Everybody's going to be looking at his albums again. I'm sure all of his numbers are going to go, shooting up. And then when we start to have these conversations down the road, you know what I mean? Maybe folks will start looking at T.I. in a different light and a higher standard. Which, again, all pros, no cons. If he steps up, gets washed, well, 50 Cent is 50 Cent. He's the bigger artist. He's who you guys ranked. All cons, or no cons for him, all pros. So I see why T.I. would want to do it. There's nothing to lose. But y'all already know what it is, man. Get in the comments. Let me know what y'all thinking. As somebody who grew up while these guys were dominant, I'm excited if this does happen. I mean, everybody beefing right now. They pulling up, public service announcement, rat rotors, and all them sorts of videos. So I don't know if this even happened, but it definitely is sparking a good conversation. Y'all let me know what y'all think though, man. I'm out of here.